as a thief in the night.
All right, guys, SNL in Review. We're here with Miss Parks. It's the 45th anniversary of the Blues Brothers this year, so I was hoping you could just tell the folks what your role was and how you got involved.
How I got involved was through actually a friend of mine, a dancer, that knew of that they were going to do this show. And then the choreographer, who was Carlton Johnson, which he was the first black dancer in Carol Burnett's show for many years. And then he started choreographing a little bit around the mid-70s. So he choreographed the whole, the movie, Blues Brothers. And he knew dancers, so he just actually called me and said, do you want to do this movie? And of course I was there. And he said, fine, yeah. And so it was about a two-week shoot. So.
Oh, no kidding.
And with James Brown in the church, it was a wonderful shoot. I just loved the choreography was so wonderful, and Carlton Johnson, the choreographer, was like half my size, but Spitfire, and that's in his choreography.
Right.
And if you see me, I do in front of the choir. I'm
with
dancing with the hat, and I'm, you can't miss my head shaking and all that.
Right.
But it was such a fun choreography to do. Plus, the shoot with James, and I got to meet, speak with James Brown, and he introduced me to his daughter, who's in Palm Springs, where I lived, at Palm Springs, California, and so it was just a great shoot.
And did you interact with John Belushi or John Landis at all?
I did with both, John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. But at that time, I took a picture, but it was one of those, we didn't have cell phones then. And I can't remember when, but the picture's lost.
Oh, that's too bad.
The only picture I took of and I was in the middle, and he and John and Dan were on each side.
Oh, that's great.
But he was very, very nice. Very nice.
And James Brown, John Landis, they were both very easy to work with?
Oh, yeah. John was fabulous. John Landis.
Yeah.
John.
Lots of John. Well, that's great. That's exciting.
Yeah, the direction and
Nice.
everything. And he, of course, before we got actually on the set, Mr. Landis would have us in one of the big on the lot of of one of the sets there, the blank set, and we were rehearsing the piece, and he'd come in, and at the very end, when everything was on, and he looked at it and he said, "Fabulous, do it," and left.
And where did you film it? Was this in?
It was in California, but I think in Universal. I think
it was on the lot.
Yeah, it was big studios. I think it was Universal.
Yeah, because I know that James Brown was recording, or the song was recorded with I'm trying to remember the name of the choir. It was the
James Cleveland Choir.
Yeah, thank you. I knew it was a city. Yes.
I knew James too. I had been to his church in California. The most fabulous choir, at least I know, in California. I mean, it was just dancing to the choir was just wonderful.
Were they there live, or was it just a track?
Live. They were singing live.
Amazing.
Yes.
So James Brown is singing live too?
Yes.
Wow.
He was live. He wasn't lip sync. No, he was live. That's back then, 70s and the before. So
sure.
You do see live, even
right.
The stunts, some of the stunts and all. It was.
So were you there when Belushi or his stuntman does the flip down the aisle too?
Yeah, one of the dances they put the padding in him, because no, he didn't do the flips.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's incredible.
Yeah.
2 weeks. That's amazing. You think it's 4 or 5 minutes in the movie. That took 2 weeks to do.
Because he shot, and then you have the big cameras as big as this table almost back then, and then different shots and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That took a while.
Yeah, very elaborate.
And then they had a different day, a day or two, where they just did trampoline section where the guys do the trampoline.
Yes.
Yeah, so we weren't even there. It was just
Right.
and
They're doing the close-ups for Aykroyd and
yeah,
everything later
and
on.
that unit.
Yeah. Very
So
good.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Such an important moment in film history. Classic blockbuster comedy, classic ode to the history of black music in America as well too. Any final memories or thoughts on the movie's legacy with the anniversary?
Actually, I'm very proud, very glad, very everything that I was there. I was able to be there with such great, actors, great singers, and who was in it that I'm trying to. Chaka Khan was in the choir.
No
She was
kidding.
in the choir, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't get a chance to meet her because she left before we really could, talk at all. But that was memorable. But just being around many of my dancer friends.
I mean, James Brown, that must have been amazing. Like just
He's such a great
living legend.
But a good heart, very, very friendly.
Right.
Like I said, and I know his daughter, his oldest daughter, that lives in Palm Springs, California. So
Very
we're
good.
friends now too.
Very
and
good.
She looks like him, but much prettier, of course. But that same you can see,
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for telling us your story about your role in the film. It's excellent to meet you, and thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're here at Monsterama, guys, in Atlanta. This is SNL Review. Thank you so much.
Can I get